We're on pit road with tonight's third place finisher, Chris Munger. Definitely been a strong few weeks for you, and you've been in the top five in points most of the season, but perhaps this is the strongest that you've been all season long, notoriously. In the top five most of the race, but a lot of cautions. Explain your run and how it was to deal with 13 cautions tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a long race for sure. I don't really care for this place too much, so my strategy going into the race was just kind of be patient, keep it in one piece, and let it roll longer than I wanted to try to get some good offs out of the corners. I'd like to thank Pinnacle Racing and Thomas, obviously, for giving me a ride. It's been a difficult season, but it's been a lot of big fields and a lot of really good racing. Tonight is kind of like indicative of last week where we had a lot of cautions and a lot of impatient people at the beginning. And then, of course, you get people taking two tires, getting up there that shouldn't really be up there and causing some mayhem. But it was definitely a long race, and it was Mickey was stout. It sucks he got tore up at the end there, and of course you, Backy, and Ickes were strong all night. So it's good to run in the top five at a place that you don't really like, and have some guys up in the points have a little bit of tough luck. So all in all, it's pretty good.
I was looking at your results here, and it kind of chuckled when you said you hadn't had a great season. You only have two finishes outside the top 10. But that's what I was talking about. It hasn't seemed like you've had a great season, but you've been consistently running well. But finally, some speed is your not your best finish. A lot of people are forgetting that win at Rockingham, but a lot of good things going. We move into Dover next week. How do you feel about going on that track and the races leading up to the chase?
Yeah, Dover's a pretty fun track, man. I like running that place, and yeah, everybody. I mean, we've had an okay season. We came kind of started off with some rough races. Besides the 500, we kind of got lucky there. But Ickes and King Crossover is obviously still working with us, and we're still trying to come up with some stout stuff. But tonight was kind of a lot of cautions and a lot of pacing, so that kind of stunk. But heading into Dover in the chase, we're looking looking to not ruffle some feathers, but run good and run up front, and hopefully get some points.
Great run for you tonight, our third place finisher, Chris Munger. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Walking down pit road, continue our interviews, catching up with tonight's second place finisher, Chris Schetzler. Driving number 87 Yoo-Hoo car, and it's not the regular one we're used to seeing, the yellow. Nice and pink, strawberry flavored this week. Career run tonight. Second place finish, by far your best, your first top five. A lot of firsts tonight. How did it feel running up there, our first flat track? Overall, it was a solid run, but you got to be excited about this.
Yeah, it was a great run for our team. We started out there rough. We got pretty smashed up there on lap one, and we had a lot of damage to the car, and they worked on it all night, and ended up self-spinning there. Probably about 20-25 laps into the race. I didn't think that we were even going to finish the race at that point. The car was so bad, but these guys worked hard and got it fixed up for us.
A lot of cautions tonight. Do you think that's a product of the racing at New Hampshire, or is this something that you've consistently seen driving out the race week in and week out that's a regular problem?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last 3 weeks I've seen, in especially in the middle of the pack, just driving way too hard in the beginning of these races. I mean, we luckily we finished tonight, but we've torn up a lot of equipment. Before we even get to lap 10 of these races. This is the first one we've actually finished in the last 3 weeks. So, I don't know what's going on, but I think a lot of it definitely had to do with the flat track tonight.
And a lot of people don't realize maybe, but you race for Froschlitz, or is it Froschitz? I'm not sure how to the pronunciation on that first.
It's Froschitz Racing.
All right, Froschitz Racing, and has it been the banner debut year that you guys are looking for? But you've been building progress, obviously, with your top five here. And when Neil runs, he's been about mid-pack. They're working on his program as well. But moving up the standings, any goals as the season ends, and especially the upcoming tracks? Do you have any high points that you're looking forward to?
I'm telling you, like I said, we've torn up a lot of equipment. But in each and every race, I think that we've had equipment that was definitely capable of battling in the top 10. There was a couple races where I thought we could battle in the top 5. we get up around seventh, eighth, and we'd have an incident happen to us. So, I mean, our goals going forward is to end the year strong, and I really think it's a reality. It's a realistic goal to put a car in the chase next year.
You heard it from his mouth. That's the number 87, Chris Schetzler. Congratulations on a great run.
Thank you.
Champagne's flying and confetti's falling. Scott's congratulating his crew chief, the team. High fives going all the way around here in Victory Lane. Scott, a really strong run, just adding on to a stellar season for you. Bet you didn't see the way this one was going to finish out with all the cautions, and you got yourself set back late there with when everybody took two tires, restarted from the eighth position. Explain those last few laps and what was going through your mind. It had to have been nerve-wracking when you came out in eighth place.
Yeah, we ended up coming in, I think, towards the end of the race, that last second last caution or third last caution or whatever. And we were still racing at the time, Mickey and you and a couple other people, Becky, and so we ended up taking four tires. Obviously strategy and stuff like that. Getting out front, you want to take two tires. So a couple of drivers took two tires, and I think it was Davis. I'm not sure. Somebody in the three. Was down low, and he kind of got loose with two tires. Ended up taking out Thomas. Mickey was down there. Uh, John Hammer in the 51. He was nice enough to kind of get in that third, fourth lane or whatever, and I kind of took the middle so we could get through it. But I mean, it's a good race for us. It's a good race for our team. I think some of our teammates finished in the top five, so that was good. But it was a lot of inexperience out there, and I know they've been trying to show us the last few weeks, but it was kind of a racetrack that should be really, really fun and have a lot of history and a lot of good racing, and they kind of ruined it tonight for us.
Do you realize how good you've been this season? All but three finishes outside the top five. One race where you didn't, two races where you didn't even lead a lap, but 100% laps complete. There's got to be a lot of bonuses going on at KCM for the season that you've had.
Yeah, we're really pleased with the program so far this year, all around. I mean, we've been consistent. We've been up front at least at one point in time in all the races this season, and it was kind of heartbreaking last season. We had such a good momentum going into Chase, and we kind of lost it all. But over the off season, we just got that fire back, and we kind of worked really hard on the new Gen 6 and figured out a couple of things that we wanted to figure out about it that we didn't understand. And the season's just been going good for us. Pinnacle's been helping us out really good with their stuff, and we have new guys like Tom over here, and he's given us a whole bunch of background on some of the tracks. So everything coming together this season's been good. It could all change in an instant, but we'll just keep doing what we can do every week and keep being consistent.
And you got two bonus points right now if we were to start the chase tomorrow, but we don't. We got 2 more weeks left. Dover, Kansas. You gotta feel pretty optimistic based off the season that you've had. You've been expected to finish in the top three most of the time. Of those two tracks, do you think that you've got a good shot for the win on either one of the two, one greater than the other, or what's the deal on that?
I mean, we're definitely feeling good about the next two tracks. Dover, we've been decent at the last couple seasons. Kansas, I don't really know how that's going to shake out. We haven't really been that great at places like Kentucky and Iowa, kind of similar tracks to that. But Jesus, he's been really outstanding this season, other than for tonight, getting caught up in a wreck. He's been really good. So I think we're second. I mean, we're definitely top five, but I think if it's me and him, normally he's the one kind of outrunning us. So we still got some work to do heading into the chase, but you can't complain with the results we've had this season.
And you mentioned Jesus and how he's been better. Last question. Do you feel like that your experience here on iRacing overpowers the speed that he has right now?
Experience probably helps you a little bit, yeah. I know when he was racing with us early on in his career and even now, just coming back last few seasons, he's had some guys helping him out, and I know he was always burning up the ready to retire. And this season, it seems like he's doing better at not using up his equipment as much. So I mean, he's still going to be a threat, and Experience comes into play a little bit, but at the end of the day, a guy who knows how fast the car need to go and can run up front, he's gonna be up there.
Another win in the books for Scott Ickes, his 29th career victory. Congratulations, Scott. We'll see you next week in Dover.
All right, thanks, guys.